Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for today's video gagawa tayo ng isang challenge. So ang challenge na to ay tatawag Do My Homework Challenge. So kasi meron kasing supposed to be actual interview, assignment ko ng isang bata na grade 12 or talaga natin college na siya siguro. So actually ito ay isang actual interview since nasa pandemic na po tayo, so walang face to face. So what we did is parang magiging online interview na lang siya. So ngayong araw susubukan ko munang sagutin ang kanyang mga questions na ibabato sa akin mga sa interview. So ginawa ko itong live para malaman din ng lahat, baka na iba dyan na same yung mga katanungan sa mga tanong. Right, so simulan na natin. Let's go. Ang una niyang tanong sa akin about work setting. So siguro pag work setting, ito yung setup ng trabaho ngayon. Right, actually guys, ang interview na pala to ay intended to para sa mga teachers. Kasi parang siguro yung kanyang course na pinili ay somewhat like related just sa education. So kaya ito ang kanyang interview. Alright, so ang unang tanong niya ay work setting, about sa work setting. Okay, so ang sagot ko ay, well, of course, ang work setting na natin yung tinatawag na work from home, since I am a resident of the National Capital Region, so under pa po kami ng General Community Quarantine, so GCQ. So face-to-face setup for the students and teachers are not required. And number 2 question ay work context. So tinatawag na kung ano ang work context. So we are implementing the blended learning as the educational learning modality as of today, as of this school year. So ano ang blended modality learning? So blended modality learning ay the learners will be given modules to use, and at the same time the teachers were conducting their lessons through different online platform. So magkakaroon ng pagbibigay ng, kasi blended learning na po siya, so I mean to say blended siya with the online platform and with the modules. So ang mangyayari, the teacher will give modules, distributed modules. So makikita nyo nasa previous na mga videos ko na upload. So meron akong pinapakita na rin nagbigay kami ng module. So blended siya in a way na merong module na gagamitin ng bata, at the same time mag-aaral ang bata online through the different online platform like Messenger, Classroom, Google Meet, and the different online platform. So the Messenger Classroom and the Google Meet shall be used blended online learning. So the teachers also prepare a weekly home activity task guide, ito yung tinatawag namin ng what help. So dito sinusulat na teacher kung ano ang gagamitin ng mga bata sa bahay, habang syempre walang nagtuturo sa kanilang teacher. So ito ang kanilang magiging guide para doon sa 1 week na discussion sa bawat subject. And also for the lesson execution, we have synchronous and asynchronous activity. So para naman doon sa execution ng lesson, so we have synchronous and asynchronous activity. So ang synchronous po ay ito yung time na kung saan si estudyante ay naka-screen time, when we say screen time, they are using online platform. They are inside of the online platform, and then si teacher, they are interacting with one another with their classmates. So with this setup, so the Department of Education can consider also the screen time of the the the, the required screen time per grade level, per age of the student. So hindi pwedeng maghapon silang babad sa internet, sa screen, sa TV or sa laptop or sa cellphone. So say for example, kagaya ng hawak ko ay grade 4. So they are only allowed up to 1.5 hour in a day. So ibig sabihin, ang synchronous lang nila ay dapat 1 oras at kalahati lang. So yun po yun. Right. So yung asynchronous naman, asynchronous learning, ito yung time na kung saan si estudyante ay naka-offline, and then with the help of the teachers, so pwedeng mag-follow up lang kung may mga tanong, and dito na namamaximize ni students or ni learners yung tinatawag natin what guide. So ang what guide po ay yun ang guide din ng estudyante kung anong gagawin kapag ka-offline or asynchronous. So more or less, ang ginagawa kasi, meron certain period, certain time na kung saan si teacher ay mag-discuss, which is yung po yung asynchronous activity. At meron, after that, ibibigay niyo yung instruction kung anong gagawin doon sa module, and then in that time na gagawin ng bata, yun ang tinatawag na asynchronous. So asynchronous kasi hindi na siya gagamit ng online, wala na siya sa screen ng laptop. Okay? Ang next question niya ay history. Number 3 is history. So siguro ang ibig niyang sabihin dito kung bakit or paano nagkaroon ng plan, or paano nag-come up yung DepEd ng ganong mga sitwasyon or mga setup. So it was through DepEd Order number 018 or 18 series of 2020. So ang tawag dito ay yung Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan. So sa Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, or yung tinatawag natin na BELCP, so dito nakapaloob yung lahat ng plano ng department ng academy, yung buong academy, kung ano ang kanilang plano ngayong darating na, ngayong buong school year. So dito nakapaloob yung mga safety measures na gagawin ng bawat estudyante, bawat teacher at bawat administrator. So ito yung nagiging guidelines kung paano ipapa-implement yung mga rules para sa ngayong pandemic. So kaya nagkaroon ng synchronous at asynchronous learning. Now, ang number 4 question niya is, what are the different cases or problems it handles? Alright, so problems. So una, syempre, this is a new chapter or a new idea, both doon sa parents, sa students, and pati na rin sa mga school stakeholders such as teachers and administrators. So dahil bago to, so everyone is adjusting. So lahat nag-a-adjust, right? Hindi lang naman pati yung mga parents. So kung meron din mga difficulties sa side ng parents, sa side ng estudyante, pati din si teacher. So pati din kami mga teacher nag-a-adjust. Kasi nga po, no one is prepared. Hindi natin to inakala na mangyayari. So ganun po yun. So ang tanong niya is, what are the different cases or problems it handles? So when it comes to the problem, syempre yung unpreparedness, kasi we never know, hindi naman natin alam kung gaano siya katagal na mangyayari. So ayan, so yun ang unang problem natin. So next is the poor internet connectivity. So of course, walang kamatayang problema yan dito sa Pilipinas. So when we have the poor internet connection, so magsasanga-sanga na yung problema natin. So especially kung ako ay isang estudyante, at syempre bilang teacher, kapag meron kang poor internet connectivity, hindi ka magkakaroon ng gap. You know what I'm saying? Parang gap na parang hindi ka makakakonect doon sa group. Okay? Same as the teacher as well. Kapag ka isang teacher ka at mabagal ang internet mo, so paano ka makakapag-conduct ng lesson? That it is true that during this pandemic, kailangan may complete access ka sa internet kasi lahat ng is paperless na. So paano ka makakapag-comply sa ganung sitwasyon? So you have to make sure that your internet is stable. And what about doon sa mga internet, may mga internet issues, yung mga poor connectivity, mga instability ng mga connections. So yun ang problem din doon. So kaya during the online classes, mayroong mga estudyante na hindi sila masyadong nakaka-catch up ng lesson, o hindi sila makapag-join ng online because of this problem. So ang kagandahan lang naman kasi ng blended learning is that may option yung students. So they can choose online or they can choose only modules. So mas maganda din siya. Alright, so yun ang nakikita kong problem. Next is number 4. Ang susunod yung question number 4. What program it implements? So program. So I think this is what are the programs that being implemented? So programs. So through the department campaign, which is for the inclusive education and education as for all. So therefore ang blended learning. So ang blended learning na in-offer sa school namin, it will caters all the learners regardless if they have internet connections at home or not. So this is the purpose why we choose the online blended. This is the purpose why we choose blended learning. Okay, because we want to accommodate all the students so that they will not stop for this school year. So that they will not have the reason to quit kasi walang internet sa bahay. So if you don't have internet at home, so you can use module. So we are here teachers to check all your work through your module. So that's not a problem. That's why we have the blended learning, because we consider also the capacity of each and every one. Okay, when we say capacity, the capacity to provide stable internet. So kung wala naman yon, you can use the modular approach. Kung meron namang internet, you can use or you can join the online. Next is the next question for this is what are the different approaches and interventions it applies? What are the different approaches or intervention it applies? So in our schools division, we used the different online platforms. So when it comes to the different strategies, of course, before the opening of classes, like different school administrators, referring to the whole division. So it's very we are lucky kasi we have prepared so much. So these preparations include mga trainings of teachers, like how are we going to conduct classes through the use of Messenger, through the use of Google. So that's how we prepare ourselves. Now, when it comes to the different interventions, like we use the different online platforms as our classroom. Kaya nga meron tayong tinatawag na Messenger classroom at meron kami tinatawag na Google Classroom. Okay? So, kasi prior to the opening of classes, meron ng mga training na voluntarily pinag-a-attend yung mga teachers so that teachers would become more effective or become more efficient teacher for this school year. Next is number 7. The question is, what are the problems does your institution face? Okay, problem. So, well, of course, aside from kasanayan na set up, kasi malaking problem at adjustment talaga yun sa school admin at sa mga teachers. Alright, so I should say ito yung parang the abrupt increase of the positive cases, especially kung saan kung saan located yung school namin. So siguro yun ang pinaka problem, because it gives so much trauma for the teachers and students to go to school. Kaya yun. So yun ang pinaka main problem namin. And aside from that, syempre meron din mga special cases ng mga teachers na they are risky for this setup. So yun din ang kinukonsider na problem. So yung mga buntis, yung mga may edad na, yung may mga sakit at prone sila sa pandemic, prone sila sa virus. Kaya yun din ang pinoproblema namin. Now, let's have number 8 question. What are the victories and success of your institution? Okay, so ito naman, I am very happy and I'm very glad to say that, the school division itself sa school namin and the LGU have partnership. Yung band nila talaga is very tight, na kung saan the LGU of our municipality, they strongly support education. So such as meron sila mga iba't ibang programs for education. Okay? So dito nga sa lugar namin or sa school namin, ang bata ay papasok na lang sa school. They are all provided by all their things, such as uniforms, from their uniforms and school stuff, and also shoes, socks, uniforms, and everything. So all they have to do is that you come to school, to get all those stuff. So yun lang yun. So ganun ka supportive ang LGU dito sa amin. And now in this pandemic, they don't stop. Okay? Hindi sila tumigil doon kasi pandemic itigil. Now, they show that, every learner of this city is very important. So what they did is that they were able to come up with a program which is, magkakaroon ng tablet per student. Okay? Tablet, so that everyone can join the online group. Okay? So wala nang reason para sabihin na hindi mag-aaral kasi lahat naman ay magbibigay ng tablet. Okay? And even during this pandemic, nagbigay din sila ng bag. May pabag din sila kahit hindi naman papasok yung estudyante sa classroom. So there are bags, there are uniforms again, and there are shoes. So see, even during this pandemic times, the connection or the relationship of the LGU and the school division or the school division office is very tight. They are tightly bonded. So ganun dapat magsusupport. No? Alright, so number 9. When did you start working as a teacher? Okay, so I have been in this profession for, in public school, I have been 7 years teaching and counting, of course, in public school, and also I have a year or so in private school. What programs do you handle? So what programs? So I am currently an intermediate English teacher for 7 years also, and at the same time, I am also the English coordinator of our school. And also I am a writer of the module, that one of the writers of the module that being used nowadays of our student. So I am also one of the writers in English. Okay, so next is, what are your responsibilities as a teacher? So I think as a teacher, the moment that my students enter the classroom, I consider them as all my responsibilities. Okay, so my responsibilities toward them begin. It's my responsibility to ensure them that their welfare, and they will learn their lesson through a friendly environment where positive discipline is evident. When we say evident, it is being applied and it manifests. Okay. Next is, what skills or value must a teacher possess? So for me, aside from being a smart teacher, because I believe that all teachers are smart, okay? Because you cannot be a teacher if you are not smart. So all teacher, disclaimer, I don't have any meaning for this, like for saying like you cannot be a teacher if you are not smart. So let's just say that that's my own definition. Right? So I don't want to to offend any profession. Okay, so of course for me being a teacher is such a very very precious job. Okay, so aside from being smart, of course teacher must be very flexible. So when I say flexible, he or she can adapt easily to the environment or to the setup or to the scenario. Okay, he can be productive anywhere or anytime. So just like in this pandemic, now imagine if you are not flexible, then how can you be able to perform all the things that that the environment or that your learners are expecting from you. So you must be very flexible. Next is, how do you see yourself as a teacher? So since I am more into research, so for the information of our viewers, I am very engaged and very active doing some researches. Some researches. So I can see myself as innovative teacher, because I used to experiment things towards my learners, things that has something to do with their progress and with their achievements. So that's it. So I envision myself as an innovative teacher because I can always share the result of my research to my fellow teachers and to the whole academy. Okay. Next is, we have number 14 question. What do you enjoy doing? What do you enjoy doing? So I am more into inquisitiveness when it comes to learning styles. So because I just like what I have said, I am more into experimenting when it comes to learning styles of different students or learners. So I always make an experiment as to how a certain issue from one student to another student must be addressed. Of course, if you are a teacher, then it's very common that you shall be having a different kind of students. So it is my interest. I am very excited to come to school every day because of them. I love to make is number 15. What do you avoid doing? Okay, so as a teacher, you should avoid doing the things that against from the institution. What are the things that against from the institution? What I'm saying is yung mga bagay na hindi mo dapat ginagawa. So siguro makaka-relate kayo because naabutan ko when I was still young and little. So naabutan ko that was when I was in grade 1. I think may mga slight pa na corporal punishment, but nowadays it's a no-no for the academy when you are a teacher. So you should impose positive discipline. So it's a no-no. So of course meron naman kasing pag-aaral na you cannot discipline a child if through corporal punishment. So because of the environment that this environment that surrounds every child, so hindi parati na corporal punishment yung katapat ng pagdidisiplina. So may tinatawag tayo na positive discipline. Alright, so yun ang dapat nating avoid gawin because that is a no-no for the academy. Hindi pwede yun. Okay, so yun ang dapat iwasan. Next, number 16, ang question niya ay, what challenges do you encounter as a teacher? Very difficult, because as a teacher, pagpasok mo pa lang especially if it's the first day of class, madami kang challenges, and especially if you are new into the system, madami kang challenges na ma-encounter. Now, mostly, it's all about the attitude of my learners and their parents. Because iba-iba nga sila so meron silang iba-ibang attitude. They came from different environments, so meron silang different family, should I say. So meron silang mga different traits, mga ganun, culture na sinusunod. So I guess that's my most challenging task as a teacher. Paano mo i-impose yung rules mo as a teacher, mga rules and policies mo sa classroom, considering that you have this, set of learners na who came from the different families, and they have a different background and orientations. So yun. So dun papasok yung pagiging innovative and creative ni teacher. So in my case, I take it easy. The first thing that I would do, so I observe them in their first day, getting to know each other, and by that time, siguro makukuha mo, at as a teacher kasi alam mo yun unang tingin mo pa lang sa bata, alam mo yan kung anong klaseng bata siya. Of course, as a teacher also, ang advice ko is do not be too judgmental. Okay? So we should get to know your students well. Kailangan makilala natin yung mga bata natin. Okay, next. So what helps you in your work? Okay, what helps me in my work? Number 17. Okay, so what helps me in my work? Actually, if you will think a lot of, especially nowadays, there are a lot of, negativities being thrown to the teachers, to the group of teachers. So, if you will just focus yourself to that negativity, walang mangyayari sa'yo. So, you have to be focused on your job and, make your family as your motivation. You are working because of your family, and also these children, these learners who need your expertise. They are very eager to learn. They are very eager to attend your online class because they have trusted you. So yun na ang gawing motivation para makatulong sa iyo, para to make your task easier or lighter. Okay, and next is, what education and training do you need to know or to enhance? What education and training do you need to know, enhance, or work? What training? So of course, I have attended during this school, prior to this opening of classes, I have attended into several trainings because I want to be upgraded as well as to how I'm going to face the new setup of this school year. So what I did is I have attended several seminars that includes the teaching and learning process during this pandemic. And also, most especially, the things that I am always excited to enhance and to attend to would be anything that has something to do with research, because I am more into research. So pag research ang pinag-uusapan, na-excite pa ako dyan. Next, last question na. What another message do you want to convey? What another message do you want to convey? So, most probably, this is the ending question. So, what message? Alright, so, message. That being a teacher is not an easy thing. Okay? It's not an easy task. But, once you see how you made an impact to the students, okay, or to the learners, and how you have changed them, okay, and how you have changed someone's life, there is no such amount of money that will compensate that that achievement. That you really enjoy this video, and if you are not yet a subscriber to my channel, please do like and subscribe, because I'll be uploading my video. Is all about learning, teaching and learning process, about research, about cooking, because I do cook as well. So if you want to be updated for my video, please do click that bell button and hit subscribe for you to be more updated of my latest video. So see you guys soon, and goodbye.